Interview skills. You receive an invitation to interview for a new job. You are excited that your CV has been selected. Now, you need to convince the interviewer of your capabilities. What should you do? How do you go about it? Interviewing, whether for a new job or a different position with your current employer, can be a nerve-wracking experience. You hope that your qualifications speak for themselves, but they may not be enough to make you stand out from a pool of equally talented applicants. To get noticed, spend time developing a few key interview skills. By learning to form an authentic connection with the interviewer and clearly articulating your value to the company, you'll move one step closer to the job you want. A key point to remember is that an interview is a two-way process. It's as much about you determining whether you want to work for the company as it is about them deciding whether they want you. This means it's important to present yourself as you truly are, rather than pretending to be someone you're not. Introduce yourself, recap your experience, and promote your most valuable professional assets. Be comfortable talking about yourself beyond these basics. Know how to discuss both your strengths and weaknesses, emphasizing your best qualities and greatest skills, while putting a positive spin on areas for improvement. Let's see how to prepare for this in 3 steps. What to do before, during, and after the interview. Before the interview. 1. Research the organization. Find out as much as you can about the company. Look at their website, review any information they've sent you, and identify their mission, objectives, and values. Familiarize yourself with the organization's guiding principles. Additionally, try to understand how the job you've applied for fits into the organization. Prepare a list of questions about the company, such as the team you'll be working with or your job responsibilities. Avoid asking questions like whether you can work part-time at this stage. Either clarify this before applying or be prepared to work the stated hours. 2. Know your resume. This might seem obvious, but knowing your own resume inside and out is crucial. Whenever possible, include statistics to quantify your accomplishments. For example, it's much more compelling to say, I delivered customer service to over 120 customers weekly and achieved a 75% resolution rating, than to simply say, I provided customer service and resolved issues. Focus on your actions, the results you achieved, and how you measured your success. 3. Prepare for tests and presentations. Some interviews may require you to make a presentation or take a test. The details will usually be included in the invitation email, giving you time to prepare. Think about the key points you want them to remember from your presentation, and ensure those are clear in your PowerPoint or written materials. 4. Prepare your wardrobe. First impressions matter, and your attire plays a significant role. In today's professional environment, a suit isn't always necessary. Contact the HR manager or recruiter to learn about the company's dress code, and dress one level above the standard. For example, men trousers, a shirt, and perhaps a sport coat if the dress code is business casual. Women, a pantsuit, dress, or a skirt and blouse. When in doubt, opt for a conservative look. 5. Practice makes perfect. Practicing your answers through role-playing with friends or family can help you refine your nonverbal communication skills. Recording your practice sessions can also help you analyze and improve your style. Dedicate at least an hour to preparation. The less nervous you are, the better you'll communicate, both verbally and nonverbally. Winging it is never worth it. An unprepared candidate is easily recognized, and it will affect your confidence and the quality of your answers. Sample 60-minute preparation plan. 5 minutes. Reread and analyze the job description, focusing on essential requirements and responsibilities to tailor your answers. 5 minutes. Revisit your resume and cover letter to review how you pitched yourself. 15 minutes. Research potential interview questions specific to the position and industry. 20 minutes. Practice answers to these questions, recalling specific examples from your work experience, major accomplishments, challenges, or milestones. 15 minutes. Research the company, delving into their history, mission, values, and recent projects. Practice commonly asked questions like, tell me about yourself. Why have you applied for this job? Your answers should focus on your skills and how you can use them in the new role. Don't memorize your responses word for word. but have a clear idea of what you want to convey. Now that you're prepared, let's move on to what to do during the interview. B. Attending the interview. Be on time. There are very few, if any, excuses that will redeem a late arrival. Do whatever you need to do to get there 10 to 15 minutes in advance of your interview time. This might involve planning your outfit and packing your bag the night before, setting multiple alarms, asking a friend to give you a wake-up call, or leaving extra early to account for potential transportation obstacles. How many interviewers? It could be one person interviewing you or 3 to 5 people. A panel interview often removes individual bias, so don't be surprised to walk in and find a room full of people. One person will likely take the lead and explain who will be asking questions as well as the roles of the others. When you're asked a question, reply directly to the person who asked it. Others may intervene during or after your answer. In such cases, respond to that individual specifically. Maintain eye contact with everyone at some point during the interview. Don't ignore anyone. Types of questions. Interviewers often like to start with an easy icebreaker question. If you've prepared well, you'll be ready for this. Modern interviews tend to be competency-based, focusing on your skills and how you can demonstrate them. Common questions include, tell us about a time when you. Can you give us an example of a time when you? How would you deal with a situation like? If you're a fresher, you might respond, well, I haven't actually had to do that yet, but this is what I would do in the situation. If you lack experience in the field, the interviewers may help by asking hypothetical questions to see how you'd approach a problem. They understand you're new to the field and are giving you a chance to demonstrate your potential. Some interviewers may also ask unconventional questions like, if you were a car, what type would you be? Or, what are your best and worst traits? Just humor them. If faced with a tricky question like, have you ever had a bad experience with an employer? Or, tell me about a time a coworker was unhappy with you. Focus on bridging your response into a positive example of how you learned or grew